Interesting, wider.
It's freer. More.
Freer there, interesting. So you see? Perception different. Right? Now, all I looked at was try to look at one plane of motion. But this is the most basic plane of motion that everything else revolves around is the side directions. Everything else relates to side bending. Rotation, flexion, extension, all of the sideways movements. I want to show it in relation to walking, but walking to the side. Right? That's what we looked at. One leg is much more out than the other one in terms of the hip. As if she's taking the step this way, right? If I have a head that's over to this side, what would be something to look at? Where does it go if I just go in this direction? Do I go in this direction? Do I go that direction? Look, that way? No, this way goes easier. Look, here, can you see my line? This way. This way,
yeah.
And if I go that way, stop.
Yeah.
You always have to look to find something that goes back and forth to start with something. Otherwise, you can't find motion. If I want to return, if I think to return the same direction, this will never work. Right? Look, I try the same way. Look, you feel stuck. It has to go higher or lower. How high, how low. So look, if I'm going here, now if I think higher, for me it would be something like here. So I could try it. And look, oh, and there it goes. Look, immediately I find that that's the response I get. She feels it very clearly. Look, this way, and I'm trying now, this is my angle. I have to think in an angle. How much do I push? Because I feel, look how easy that becomes. Look, and now I have the opposite side. In this plane, just one plane. Now, if I try to push her here in the same direction, look, this way. Where I push this way, it doesn't work. I have to go back to the other direction. Look that way, and then up, and then that way. See? There and there. And then I had, look, then I already have an easy motion. One direction or the other. This is this way, look. See? Here. And this one doesn't go as easily. Now, watch. If I try to go farther away, doesn't go so easy. Neither one of them goes so easy. Now, if I think about it in these planes of motion, watch. If I take this and I go and I think that direction, and now this one, I think this direction, watch what happens. Look, up, up. Can you see? I get the big movement now in the chest. Look, this one comes in towards here, bloop. Very easy. You feel how soft it is now? Very simple, look. And this side, you'll see it will go more that direction. Look, I make it clear. You see, it goes down that way. Now, after doing it one side or the other, I can certainly make it that it goes a little bit more. See, now it's easier at least in these directions because there's nothing wrong with the musculature. And then I can see further down. I still can do the same directions. Look, then you'll see how a chest, if I follow myself this plane and this plane from the shoulders, can you see? I have very different directionalities. You'll see it in the chest now that it repeats itself. Can you see? Look. It's just the side plane. Okay? Now, if you look all the way down, it already gets to the pelvis. Okay? And you see one side is really very different than the other in terms of this whole area, and this whole area, and this whole area. Okay? So, now it goes quite soft. But if I look from here, you see? I see, of course, I have to think inside of leg, outside of leg. Stepping. One way, stepping the other. So I want to think of the stepping. Now, where does the stepping happen? It happens when the person is more or less in this direction, right? If I really look, it will go this way. Look where it would go, that way. Now here, when I come in, at a certain point, her hip joints are very soft, so it'll be hard to get it, but it's more or less here. Watch what happens. If I go here, and I put the leg more here, watch what will happen over here. Take this leg, and I start to come this way, look what happens. This way goes there. Oh, look at the pelvis. Huh? Now, as funny as it may be, This, from my plane, for her, if I want to try, her knees are a little high, this plane will go through very easily. Look, in this up-down motion. And if I try to go together, look, here goes really easy. And when I start to take it to the other side, it will do something very different. To go to the other side, which is what we want to look as if she's going to step, here, 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 duh. And you'll see this won't come as easily to the inside. You feel? Now it stops. Look at this. Up. And here it comes. Look at that. A little bit stop. Now, let's leave her here. As if she took a step, right? She's now which direction in terms of what we've looked at? It would be which one? This one, right? Yeah. Now watch what happens here. This goes here. Look. Look how it goes through. Up. Very easy. Look what I have here. Look. So easy. Straight through. You feel? Bloop. That's right. Now, I use the same. Remember this direction? Look. Boom. Just sideways. She's taking a step to the side in walking. First of all, this will go much easier now. Watch. I don't even have to try. You'll see. Look. You feel how much more it goes? It feels on the top. Look what the head does in this whole area. It goes in this lateral mode. See? If I wanted to feel with the belly one more thing, what would I do? I would show her that where you need to let go would be something here. And I would say to her, look, come with me, and let's go. And you feel that this connects up here, and we can take a little bit, and then it will breathe into this plane, and you'll see that now she sensed that, and she will come with me a little bit more. Okay, then I can connect it up, and I say, don't worry, asymmetry, not asymmetry. Take a nice breath. Feel how your arm relates to this part of your chest. Maybe over here. I can pull, and then we can find it here. And then, now you'll see it'll go down to the pelvis and to the chest. And all I did was one plane of motion. Okay? Now, does it make sense that she goes this way? She spontaneously rolled to this side, right? From what we saw, where the legs went to, which side was shorter, what side the head went to, does it make sense that when she's going to come up, look, this will be the easier way to come up. Wait. After side bending, of course, look, this goes easy. Now I have to find out how this one goes. It will go this way, and then I just have to translate it into the side. I can feel down straight through, solid. Okay, but still, in terms of motion, I want to get you this way, and then this way goes that way. That's right. And then in the middle, this way and that way. Pop. Good. And then you come up, pop, and up. Interesting. Wider.
It's freer.
Freer there. Interesting. So you see? All I looked at was try to look at one plane of motion. But this is the most basic plane of motion that everything else revolves around is the side directions. Everything else relates to side bending. Rotation, flexion, extension, all of the sideways movements. I want to show it in relation to walking, but walking to the side. Right? That's what we looked at.